guys, it's Ryan. Welcome to another tutorial, and I'm joining you live, not live, well, pre-recorded from my house. So get ready, and just so you know, I got my slippers on. Is it cool? Is it not cool? Alright, here we go. So today we're going to be learning about this thing over here. It's called a pick, right? And this is my plectrum, okay? And I'm going to just give you a couple tips and tricks on the plectrum, and also some exercises to get you, get perfecting your pick. And the first thing is that the type of picks that you get, all right? You get soft acoustic picks, and they're usually called like shark fins. They've got that like shark fin look, and it's jagged on the one side. There's probably a lot of stuff that you can do to it, but it's a very soft plectrum. It's especially for if you're wanting to play like nice and soft, softened strings, so they're not so hard. As you can see, my guitar that I have right here is an acoustic guitar, and I've got nylon strings. So for the soft pick, it's quite nice if you're just wanting to play nice soft rhythm, nothing hard, nothing accented, maybe like a nice rhythm playing in the background. That's what your soft pick is for. And then you get a lot more, and also they're a lot more rounded, so they're not so sharp. They're very blunt and sort of, then of course you then start getting the more lead guitar picks. As you can see, this one over here, this is one of my favorite picks. I love them. I think it's a 1mm. They're called Dunlop Jazz 3. All right, and I think these are 1mm picks. You do get a lot thicker, a lot harder. This one I love for a lot of more lead pieces, and that it's a lot more of a sharper pick as well. If you look at that, a lot sharper, so it's very accurate in terms of where you want it to go. And then of course you get a lot more bigger, a lot more bigger plectrums, maybe a lot more, you got all types of plectrums. So depending on what you want to do, maybe you got more rhythm guitar, maybe you want to look at a shark fin, soft pin pick, maybe you want to find the pick with more sort of soft edges than this one. As you can see, my pick over here is it's hard. All right, it's very sharp. It's very sharp. It's a 1mm. You do get 1.5, 2 millimeters. I don't know if you get more than that, but they're generally very cheap. You got to do the guitar shop, and they got all big casing there. Because they're so cheap, from 50 cents South African rands up to like 3 rand or something like that. Just go buy a whole lot of them, try them out. Maybe you might even find that for rhythm you'll play with this plectrum, for lead you'll play with this, depending on obviously what you're doing. So the next thing is that whilst you're playing, it's important that, and I know when you start playing you're like very stiff and very hard, and you're using more your arm and your finger. You're using more your arm to sort of drive, but try and relax your wrist. And what will help is just for you to sort of relax your arm, relax your fingers, and just sort of gently just try this. You can see how with my wrist is moving. I'm also not making as much movement. All right, so relax your wrist, relax your arm, just be relaxed. All right, you don't have anything to prove. The other thing is small efficient movements. All right, so if you look, instead of me picking this string with a lot of movement, I can actually do it very, very efficiently with smaller movements. Just the right amount of movement that's actually needed to get the string moving. All right. The other thing is on holding your pick. Well, find what works for you. All right. Many people will say, no, you have to make sure it's 90 degrees to the finger, and the angle's got to be right. Otherwise, you suck so much. So sort yourself out. No. Whatever works for you. There's a whole lot of different plectrum techniques and angles. Sometimes people find it better that your plectrum is more at an angle, sort of this movement. Some people, they find it more, but the best way to, you know, and I know something else is that when I first started playing, and maybe it had to do with the size of the plectrum, but I would often play with 3 fingers, all right? And then my guitar teacher said, no, try and hold with 2 just because it's more efficient. And you sort of have fingers out the way, and you know, it just helps me when I had 2 fingers. And I saw one guy with a guitar tutorial say, just take your plectrum, put your thumb on it, like that, all right? And then sort of grab the plectrum on the other end with 2 fingers, all right? When I first started playing with my plectrum, like I said, 3 fingers, but then eventually, when my guitar tutorial said, no, you know, try 2 fingers, get a work with 2 fingers, gonna be much better for you, a lot easier. I then had to sort of get used to doing it with 2 fingers again, all right? So 2 fingers, and also you get different ways of holding it. Maybe you might find you're more, you know, over there with your knuckle. You might find you're more over there. You know, maybe you like holding it right on the tip of your fingers, but find what's comfortable for you. I'm going to give you some exercises here now that's going to help you to sort of train in getting the best pick. All right, so find whatever helps for you. The other thing is the placement on your fretboard. Now, close to on your guitar. Now, I'm not sure if you know this. I'm sure for a lot of you, you do know this, but because of the string, the tension that is on the sides of it, obviously, if you're going to pick more towards to where the side is tense, so where it's been held, it's a different sound. You can see then towards over here. Can you hear you can actually hear the sound changing. And I would say there's no correct way or incorrect way. I would just say it depends on what sound you are wanting. But if you're a beginner, I would find an acoustic guitar, find where the sound hole is and get it as close to there as possible for the best sound. Different sound, depends on what you're going for. Alright, so check that out. If you're an electric guitar, I find that near the pickups, right, so usually your guitar will have a pickup close to the bridge and then close to where your fretboard starts. I generally find the middle to be the best place for that. Now, the first exercise I'm going to give you, because here's the thing, right? When you start playing with downstrokes, right? You go. So if you're playing a tune, you go. And so what happens is, every time you play, you are down picking. All right, but guess what? You don't have to down pick as well. You can up pick. So find your plectrum position, and then just simply do this, and do it for a good 2 to 5 minutes. All right, and just go with as little movement. In fact, not as little movement, but small, efficient. So you're making it efficient. You're making that swing of that finger, that when it comes down, that it's efficient. You're not wasting a lot of time on your finger going all the way to the top and then only at the bottom it hits the string. No, you can just go bling, bling, bling. All right, instead of going bling, bling, you can go bling, bling. So make it efficient. All right, and just simply sit for 2 to 5 minutes and go. And find the most efficient way of doing this. Downstrokes. Then what you can do is, not only are there downstrokes, but there's also upstrokes. So you can even do this. Now do the upstrokes. And then of course your strings are different, because you'll find your higher strings are a bit more harder than your top strings. So then try the upstrokes, and then just go to the next string, maybe for 2 minutes, and go all the way up until you get to here. You'll find it's way different, but boy, do you have to get used to that top string right there. Alright, you can see already how I'm finding place to support my hand, the bottom here. So find the best way to do it. Do it for good, whatever, 2 to 5 minutes. And then do it with a downstroke. So start at the bottom and do each string like that, maybe for 2 to 5 minutes. In other words, do it for, do a minute a string. If you're a beginner, do it 2 minutes for each string and then work your way up. It will be an exercise, I promise you, a time spent worthwhile. And then the last thing is alternate picking, because like I've taught before, is that well, for me to do this is it takes a lot more energy to stroke down, then come all the way up again to stroke down again. Instead, on my way up, I can just hit the string. So it's a lot more effective. So you get alternate picking, which is basically down, up, down, up. So again, same exercise, just using minimal effort, make it efficient, but and again, make sure that in you doing it, you're not now you'll feel yourself starting to tense up because you're trying to be more accurate. If you feel yourself tense, just give your hand some shaking there, all right? Just some loose shaking. Say, hey man, chill dude, just relax, okay? And then again. And so do that, but like I said, maybe a minute per string. Maybe you can even spend a whole 2 minutes going up and down. Maybe you can pick 4 picks. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But I would do this to finish off this exercise, all right? In terms of you getting used to how you're holding your pick, getting comfortable, finding your method, finding the way that you are going to do it from here onwards, all right? And the second last thing that I want to say is this, is that you can even practice with a metronome. All right, that is a great idea. You get metronome apps on your phone if you don't have a metronome, and that, can I tell you, will help you with timing. I remember I did it in the beginning, and let me tell you, it helped a lot. All right, so what I would start off is at 60 beats per minute. All right, and I would just put it on maybe like quarter notes, and then I would with each note pick it. All right, so obviously I don't have a metronome here right now, but I don't know if you can hear it. My electric fence box is over here. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I'll play a quick. So I'll tap my leg. So let's say for 2 minutes, right? I just choose one string. Okay, so I'm doing upstrokes. Let's do this for a minute, and then I do the next string, and I work my way all the way up. Maybe you want to do double timing, so double on that. Anyway, and I can work my way up. That is, I promise you, doing it with a metronome, you will not be sorry, because it actually teaches you timing. It actually gives you muscle memory in terms of timing, that when you play with the song, it disciplines you, all right? And then the last thing I want to say is, hey, if you're finding difficulty in doing the exercises, or you're battling, you're not feeling comfortable, don't get despondent, guys. Don't within you training yourself within your beginner stage feel like you're wasting your time, all right? I promise you, just keep going at it, and you know what? if you look back, you'll find yourself actually improving. All right, so with that said and done, guys, I hope you guys are going to work very hard, have fun, enjoy yourselves, playing your guitar, and I'll see you guys next week. From me, cheers.